Why I love this, other than all that stuff, is again, the touch point is going to self-diagnose where you need to put that touch point to hit a good bar path. All right, because that's essential with the dead press. We see time and time again. Hey guys, Coach Ben here, bigbenchas.com. And hey, I want to go over the dead press is a great self-correction tool. All right, why the dead press is so awesome as a self-correction tool is it's going to help you really determine where your touch point should be. So the one big thing that I always loved about the dead press, besides of course it building tremendous strength off the chest being a concentric only movement, is the technique behind it. So with the dead press, you really have to be lined up in the perfect position to get going, because you don't have that eccentric portion of the lift to lower into your lats and to feel that that positioning as you're coming down, right, like we do in the squat or the traditional bench press. You know, think more along the lines of a deadlift. Usually pretty difficult to kind of line up your hips and to find the right starting position. Usually it's the reps after we get more comfortable with that. And that's the dead press because it's concentric only. So why I love this, other than all that stuff, is again, the touch point is going to self-diagnose where you need to put that touch point to hit a good bar path. All right, because that's essential with the dead press. We see time and time again, if a lift is too low, you're not going to get that bar moving off the pins if it's too heavy, right? Because you're just not in a good position underneath. If it's too high up, you're going to have some awkward correcting of the bar path very early in the press, okay? So if you're in the perfect position, it should be a smooth bar path right up to lockout. All right, so I'll show you some of these common faults and how this will help you out. So get under the bar tip. If you leave the bar behind you here, it's easier to roll down after. You can kind of get into a good setup here. All right, roll the bar down. So a lot of people have a hard time just kind of figuring out where's that starting point going to be. All right, for me, this would be a little bit too high. Okay. Now, one of the self-corrections you could do is pretend to row the bar down first. All right, I'm pulling myself into the bar to try to find where I feel the strongest. So if I'm too low, don't feel very strong there. Too high, feels very awkward, feels like an external rotation. All right, if I'm in the right spot, I feel very powerful pulling my chest up. That's that lat engagement. So I always tell everyone, if you're having a hard time lining this bar up, pull on it first. All right, and you'll find where that point needs to be. So again, too high. If I press from this position, we're often gonna see the bar roll down first, or you press up and it shifts down before it comes back. Now, if the bar's too low, it's probably just not going to come off the rack, or you're going to press forward and then you're going to be straining the whole time to try to get it back into a good bar path. Okay, so again, for a starting point, row into the bar, feel that spot. Once I'm here, getting tight, pushing my chest to the bar, should be just a straight bar path, right back, perfect groove. All right, again, so the dead press, if you're someone who you think you're touching high up, too high, right? Or perhaps you're touching too low, the best way to really dial that in is gonna be through the dead press. All right, so use the dead press to determine where you need that touch point to be. All right, great tool here. Also a great exercise. Definitely encourage you to use it in your training. Usually we use it as a main movement for a 1 rep max. All right, but you can also do it as secondary work with a pause right off the pins. It's great for raw lifters. Do multiple reps, 3 to 5. Coach Ben here. You know where to find me. In the rack on the bench. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel over here. Check out the links in the description box below. You can see a video related on this topic right here, and then our latest video right there. Thanks for watching.